This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, September 19th, 2019. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Yesterday morning at about 9:30, the Anne Arundel County Police Department received a 911 call from the 1400 block of Orr Court in Pasadena. The caller said that he was fearful for his life and that a suspect was coming to him on a scooter to cause harm to him. Police weren't sure what was happening. They responded to the address, and when they arrived, the homeowner came out asking for help, saying that he had shot the intruder. EMS did arrive on the scene. They did find the victim. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The homeowner was not immediately identified, nor was he charged, but he was being questioned to find out exactly what happened and what caused this fatal shooting, and we don't have much more information other than that. Yesterday, the police spent most of the day investigating what they could and obtaining search warrants to get inside the house. We will have more information as this story develops. You want to make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net a little bit later on today. Federal prosecutors say that a Maryland political consultant has pleaded guilty in connection with a scheme to solicit millions of dollars in contributions through scam political action committees. This all stems from the raid here in Annapolis last year. 55-year-old Kelly Rogers pled guilty on Tuesday to one count of wire fraud. And the prosecutors are saying that back in 2014, Rogers said that donations for one PAC would be spent to support military veterans. Instead, he spent nearly all of his money to benefit himself, his associates, or his own personal PAC. As part of the guilty plea, Rogers does agree to pay $491,000 in restitution to victims of his scheme and to forfeit a money judgment of $208,000. It's always good when you can hear Baltimore as being in the news for something good, and a Baltimore restaurant has made it into the top 10 list of the best restaurants in America, according to Bon Apetit magazine. There were 4 Baltimore establishments that were nominated, but only one made the top 10, and that is Le Comptoir du Vin. And that's located at 1729 Maryland Avenue. This is a French bistro, and according to Bon Appetit's editors, it is a, quote, a place where you feel immediately welcomed. They said the steak tartare practically glistens, and they have the silkiest chicken liver pate and a waffle-like dessert topped with shaved foie gras that tastes like butter and maple syrup. I'm going to let the editors of Bon Appetit stick with that one. They did come in at number 8. The number 1 restaurant in the United States, according to Bon Appetit, is Conby in Los Angeles. Number 2 is Cow Noodle Shop in Dallas. Number 3 is Long Oven in Richmond. A new one in New Orleans is number 5, called the Elysian Bar. And Matt's Barbecue Tacos in Portland, Oregon, came in at number 9. More good news on the other end of the BW Parkway. The Washington Monument is set to reopen today. It has a repaired elevator and a new security screening center after a 3-year closure. The monument has been closed to visitors since August of 2016 when it was shut down by elevator problems. And prior to that, the August 2011 earthquake left cracks in the stones near the top of the monument, and it briefly reopened in 2014. First Lady Melania Trump is expected to attend the ribbon-cutting ceremony a little bit later today. And here's kind of a bummer. Baltimore Beer Week is done after a 10-year run. Organizers have said that they will not return in 2019, saying that, quote, we have far exceeded our wildest dreams of reaching and honestly surpassing the mission we set out to achieve. Joe Gold and Dominic Cantalupo, who were the founders of the event, wrote a letter to their Facebook page on Tuesday saying, it seems that Beer Week is every week nowadays. Now, Baltimore Beer Week launched in 2009 when there were less than 25 breweries in the state. As we all know, craft beer exploded, and Maryland now has over 75 craft breweries, with more in the works. Now, here's something interesting. Nationally, there are only 7,500 craft breweries, and Maryland has 75 of them. So we've got 10% of the craft breweries right here in this little state of Maryland. Beer Week used to take place in October, and it featured hundreds of beer-centric events, and that will be a week that will be missed up in Baltimore. Hey, you guys need to keep me honest, and I spaced out on Tuesday for Ticket Tuesday, and we had tickets to a Ram's Head show. We still have them, and I'm going to do it now, so pretend like it's Ticket Tuesday. I have 2 tickets for great complete seats for comedy at the Ram's Head tomorrow. It is Friday, September 20th. Doors are at 7 p.m. Show is at 8. And this is Wendy Townsend and Justin Schlegel from 98 Rock. It is the Wendy and Justin comedy show. If you need something to laugh about, which we all should probably do at this point, be the 9th person to send me an email saying, "Send me to comedy," and these tickets are yours. The email address is info@eyeonannapolis.net. That is about it for the top news today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day because we do update it throughout the day. And we will have an update on that shooting in Pasadena. It is Thursday, so we have Trevor with your Annapolis Makerspace Maker Minutes. And of course, like we have every day, we have George Young with your local and beautiful DMV weather forecast coming up in just 1 minute.
September 28th, the second annual Twist and Stout Festival at Quiet Waters Park along the shores of the South River. Twist and Stout, a Maryland wine, craft beer, food, and arts festival presented by the Anne Arundel County Department of Recreation and Parks along with the Maryland Wineries Association. Sample dozens of craft beers and Maryland wines. There's music all day starring the Groove Spot Band, along with the Naptown Brass Band and Vertigo Red. Watch the Plein Air Painters and shop dozens of artisans, crafters, and food trucks. Tickets are on sale now at twistandstout.org. That's TWISTANDSTOUT.org. September 28th, Twist and Stout at Quiet Waters Park, noon till 6. Tickets at twistandstout.org. Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, September 19th. Yesterday was very nice across the Annapolis region, and today will be more of the same with sun-filled skies and high temps in the 70s. More sun again tomorrow with temps in the upper 70s to maybe lower 80s, followed by what should be a fantastic weekend ahead throughout the entire mid-Atlantic region with tons of sunshine both days and highs each day in the mid to upper 80s. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there, and be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching for DC MDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores, and also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and on our website at dmvweather.com, so you can always stay weather informed.
Suicide prevention starts with everyday heroes like you. Join us Saturday, September 21st at the Navy Marine Corps Stadium in Annapolis as we walk to fight suicide. Be a part of the movement turning hope into action. Funds raised will benefit the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Register today at afsp.org/Annapolis. Together, we can help stop suicide. Go to afsp.org/Annapolis.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker's Minute, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. Now that the county fair season is wrapping up, it's time to start ramping up the fall festivals. Starting on Saturday, both the Homestead Gardens in Davidsonville and the Green Street Gardens in Lothian are starting their fall festivals. Both of them run through October. And Sunday in downtown Annapolis, there's going to be a fall fest at the Market Space. In addition to the fall festivals, there's a bunch of other stuff going on in the area, including the Chesapeake Family Life Steam Fair at the Pitt Moyer Rec Center on Saturday. This week at the Ray of Light Studios, tomorrow, they're doing a Big Blue Heron painting class. A canvas will be provided with a heron pre-drawn on it so you can concentrate on the painting process. You'll learn how to mix paint and create hues and blues with a limited color palette geared for your success. And on Wednesday is their final Weeknights in Watercolor class. This will be the final Wednesday night watercolor class in this series. At Local by Design this week, in addition to the Big Blue Heron painting class with Ray of Light, on Saturday, Local by Design has their wood plank coordinate signs class. Learn how to stencil letters and designs onto wood planks with Jody Roberts of Cricket Studios. A whole lot of stuff going on at Art Farm this week. First, registration is open for Art Farm's 8-week fall classes, which start September 23rd, with great art classes for kids ages 6 through 15. Classes include street art, art fundamentals, mixed media, as well as stop-motion animation. There is a 20% sibling discount available, as well as a new payment plan option where you pay $100 now and spread the rest out over 2 payments during the semester. Tomorrow at Art Farm, they're doing Beers and Beethoven for adults, an evening of music, sketching, and beer. The Annapolis Chamber Players will play while you socialize, enjoy some local beer, and sketch. On Saturday, they're doing a henna experience, explore the ancient art of henna application, identifying supplies, safety, and application techniques. practice artistic elements, and create designs on paper. On Monday, their fall semester begins with street art, graffiti, and public art for ages 11 through 15. Kids will learn how to paint in styles of famous street artists, experiment with different mediums, and create their own pieces of street art. They'll cover sticker making, graffiti lettering, stencils, street installations, and more. Tuesday starts their 4-week drawing class for adults, a true beginner's class teaching the basics, including materials needed to get started, simple shapes and gestures, and concluding with your first drawing of a still life. And also on Tuesday, one of their other fall semester classes starts, Art Foundations for ages 6 through 8. This 8-session class will teach your kids how to express themselves visually, explore the world of artists, their personal history, studying their techniques, and creating original art in that style. This week at Maryland Hall, tonight, check out their opening reception and Artist Open Studios, celebrating their newest exhibits. The Sights and Sounds of Abstraction by Christine Zamuda, 4 artists moving through abstraction, Annapolis 1950s through 1990s, Creative Space, work by resident in-house artists, and meet the artists and enjoy their work at this wine and cheese reception. On Monday at Maryland Hall, check out 6 Steps for Better Smartphone Photos. Chris Edwards of the Digital Photography Club of Annapolis will show you how to set up your smartphone in a way to help you take better photos. At the Clay Bakers in Annapolis, both Sunday and Monday, they have an adult painting workshop, painting the rustic pumpkin. Paint a 13.5-inch round hoop pumpkin platter, just in time for fall decorating. GEMS, Girls Excelling in Math and Science, is still looking for volunteers to help girls get involved in STEM. Visit gemspgcounty.org to sign up, and also check out their Saturday STEM Academy this Saturday. At the Pongo's Learning Lab and Coder Kids Club, they have a week chock full of stuff, including their Coder Kids Club, Intro to Programming for grades K through 5, Little Scientist Club, Builders Club, Drone Flight School, Robotics Club, Robot Programming, YouTube Stars and Animators Club, and their Gamer Club. At Patuxent Lapidary Guild this week, on Saturday they have another beginning silversmithing class, making rings, pendants, and earrings, and on Sunday they're doing facet setting and silversmithing, creating a faceted stone ring or pendant with a bezel. And finally, at Annapolis Makerspace this week, on Tuesday is our monthly general meeting and open house. Always a great time to stop by the shop and see what we're doing and meet some of our members. And as always, Wednesday night is our woodworking open night, and Thursdays is our electronics open night. And you can catch me tonight and every Thursday night at Annapolis Makerspace on Renard Court for electronics night. And you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website at makeannapolis.org. And whether you're making art, software sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
When a ring from the United States Naval Academy comes into Zachary's for a center stone, it always makes us wonder, where's this one going? Where's this one been? A nuclear sub in the North Atlantic? A carrier deck in the South Pacific? The moon? 52 astronauts are Academy graduates, from Iwo Jima to Okinawa, Corregidor to the Coral Sea, Midway to the Persian Gulf, Congress to the White House. These rings go where America goes. 73 that went to war were awarded the Medal of Honor. But wherever they go, wherever they may serve, our admiration goes with them.
Zachary's. Online at zacharysjewelers.com. More than a jewelry store, a jeweler.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.